Welcome to another episode of the Black Excellence Club podcast. You may see a familiar face at this point. My name is Sakudani, and I'm on a journey from unknown to unforgettable, and I'm not talking about my face as a familiar face. We have Kellan back with us today, guys. Life happens, so yeah, life happens. So I have some free time, and Kellan decided he's going to come back and see me again, so... We are here. We have no desired topics. We're just gonna have a conversation until the next guest arrives, I guess.
So when I left her, I literally was like, all right, I need to shoot something today. All week I've been trying to message people, no response. And today I was like, no, let me just ask random people.
Mm-hmm. Like on the street, you mean?
Just on the street. Coming here, I was at Tower Hill Station. And I saw this girl walking by. She was here for like Fashion Week. I saw her outfit. I was like, excuse me. Do you mind? I'm a portrait photographer. And like, she looked up her shoulder as if she was going to look at me. And then she kept on walking. And it's always that first one, when you get rejected, you're just like, I gotta keep going. I got 2 people.
2?
2.
Okay, nice. They just say, yeah, okay. Like, how did I? Yeah.
I mean, the shots weren't all that great, but I think I was just more trying to just get out there, you know? It's always that first one where you're like, oh, crap. You know?
I can relate to that. That's like starting the podcast, really, because I tried starting this in 2020,
right.
And everyone kept saying no, or I'm not available, I'm not interested. So I took no for a while. And then
it hurts too sometimes. It's just like,
yeah, it does. It's just like, man, what's like. Then again, I feel like it came down to timing as well, my timing and their timing, because the same people that I was asking were like the first guests that I had on the podcast once it finally launched. So I'm okay with the no's because it turned into a yes.
Right.
So when I look at it that way, it's like, oh, okay, that's not bad. I'm okay with that.
Right.
So. Yeah, it took a lot of news to get to where I am now. And that's just in life in general.
Now
I feel like
now you gotta say no sometimes, right?
hey, I'm gonna be there real soon, real soon. I'm not there yet, but I take every and anyone right now. But it'll get there. I'll definitely get there someday.
How many you got on the record now?
The episode that just aired would be number 27. So I have 28 ready to go, which would be up to the end of March. End of February, sorry. So everything that's being recorded in this studio would be March. And then I have a few more next week before I leave. So that should push me into, what's after March? Into April.
Okay.
So, yeah, hopefully... I'm just trying to batch record so I don't have to stress it.
Right.
And then these are going to have to get edited. And so that means I'm going to have to edit it this time around. Because I got no money in the Black Excellence Club account at this point. Like, it's really, it's down to like $3.
Sheesh.
Yeah. It had, well, I started off, I can't say I started the year off. But I basically... So for the Black Accents Club, the calendar year is going to be February 1st. Just because it took me time to get the account sorted out and whatnot. Yeah, so February 1st would be the calendar year for the podcast account. And, of course, the first thing I have to pay for is the website. So that's $270. And then I had to pay for... So I paid for the reels, for the clips that I post on Instagram.
Right.
Because I don't know how to do it the same way.
You pay for the reels?
Yes, I pay for them to be made.
Okay.
Yeah, for someone to put the text over it type thing. So I pay for that. So I've been paying for that, and yeah, now I'm at $3. But $3 left in the account.
Is it separate, or does it depend on the reel, the type of reel you want to
No, it's $15 a reel. So I order it in bulk, so I get a discount. Like, I think he gives me a 12% discount or something like that. So it's roughly like $150 a month. Roughly.
I've been seeing those, you know how you like when you post, like, do you want a sponsor? Sometimes, one time I got so close, I was like, let me just check this out. And I got to where you can do the price, like the range thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, for some stupid reason, I was like, 200, 400.
You mean for promoting your stuff or to
Right,
give away
yeah.
money?
Because I had to put it out editing, and I was like, this is gonna be so hard, right?
Hmm.
Because I don't know, it gets like that. You should be about your work. Anytime you post, you should be like, this is gonna go, this is gonna go. Sometimes it doesn't, but right.
What's
So
that? You keep talking.
yeah, one time it's just, one time I was just trying to see what it would do, but I didn't go through with it. I didn't charge.
Right. I mean, I've done that. It works.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like as I look at it, you have to be very precise in what it is you're trying to do.
Because there's this guy he's got like 100 and something K on Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
and I met him at a photo of me, and now he said from December to January, his reels were like skyrocketing, like he's getting 10, 11, 12K views.
Okay.
Now his posts are more prioritized than his reels. Because reels are only getting like 300-400, and to him that's like 20 likes.
Right.
Right. So he's saying he don't really know what to do, which is kind of annoying because it could stop you from creating what you want to create. Right?
Yeah. Can you hear yourself?
Yeah.
You can?
Yeah.
Some of the lights turned off. I just realized it. But you hurt yourself all the time?
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully it was recording. I just realized, yeah. Because
Oh, well.
It is what it is. The life of this. It's not going to be the first time. It won't be the last time. But yeah, that's what I'm noticing is you have to be very precise with when it comes to the promotional posts. So like for me,
it's like because I didn't have a reason as to why
you wanted to,
right.
yeah.
I was just like, is this actually gonna get me some engagement?
Because like I can say I've done that, and the reason I know that is because that's when I originally started the Black Excellence Club Instagram page, because I was doing it to try and make money for shoutouts, like to sell shoutouts on the page. So I was doing it to like try and get the page in front of new people, and like you saw people follow, but it weren't really the followers that you wanted, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's why I say if I were to do it again, I have to be very precise of who I'm targeting.
Right.
And that all comes down to knowing your target market, right?
Yeah.
So that's where that research and stuff comes in. So what I've learned so far from my analytics of the podcast is my audience is mostly, I want to say 20 to 34, and it's mostly men that listen.
Okay.
You can see that on YouTube, but when it comes to the actual podcast hosting, it doesn't show male or female. It just shows the location type thing. So when it comes to that, I can't really give accurate information.
You vlog as well, right?
Pardon?
You vlog?
Yeah, that's like my personal page, though. Not for the podcast. But even with that, like I was doing, I paid to get monetized on YouTube. I paid to get views on my thing and whatnot. And what I'm noticing is it's not worth it, because you're not getting the audience that you want. You're not getting the audience that's going to keep coming back to keep watching you.
And it's hard in Bermuda.
Yeah, that too. So what I'm noticing is that, just hello, welcome. We're just using up time because I have free time.
Right.
If you want to join in the conversation, we can add you in.
Sure.
I was paying for them to get the views on my YouTube channel and whatnot. But then when I post a new one and I'm not paying for that promotion, I'm not getting any views.
Right.
So now you know really who's watching and who's not.
Right.
So now as I'm doing it all over again, I'm just like, nah, I'm not even going to worry with it. Because now I'm getting, 10 views per video. I'm okay with my little 10 views because at the end of the day, those people keep coming back to continue watching. So if those are the 10 people
dedicated,
that keep coming back, I'm okay with that, because eventually that will grow.
I think a lot of it has to do with, because like even some of the people I follow are like have big time YouTube, big time Instagram account, and I look at their photos and content. I'm like, okay, they're actually pushing content, making tutorials, and the content is quality, right? But they've been doing it for time, right? And then it's so easy to be like, well, my work you can be like, well, my work is better or my work is just as good. They're not doing what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
But you just started, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes I look at different accounts and I'm like, man, I wish my thing was up there, right? But it's so easy to get consumed by the numbers.
Yeah. You want to hop in? Or?
Yeah, sure.
All right, you gotta sit there.
Yeah.
That's Kalan Security. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys.
The mic. You can use the headphones if you wish.
Cool.
Completely up to you.
It's like the first
First one?
like podcast
Yeah, same.
full on setup.
I know, it's legit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
It's worth the investment. That's the way I'm putting it.
It's cool.
All right. So where were we again? You're talking
So
about.
Instagram engagement and
All right. So
views.
just introduce yourself real quick. This is just gonna be an
Okay,
extra
cool.
episode.
Yeah. My name's Nathaniel Benega Northcott. I'm an artist. You may know me by my Instagram profile, Hood Vogue. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Short.
All right. So he was talking about like the bigger photography pages,
Mm.
basically, and
Mm-hmm.
continue.
yes, it's like the big time pages. I mean, it's a reason why they have that because they put all the service like doing presets and photo packs and YouTube vlogs, and so they got stuff going. But they've been doing it since like we were teenagers.
Yeah.
So it's reasons why they have that following. But I think a big part of that is their charisma too, their personality as a person.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just those type of people, very approachable. You want to be around them. They inspire you to be better, you know. So I remember there was two of them they're big time bloggers,
Mm-hmm.
and they came to London and said if they were doing like a photo meetup for free or whatever. I was like, I was there like 3 or 4 hours before. I'm like, nah, I'm here for this. I'm there. It's like 5 other people. By the time they show up, it's like 200 of us. I'm like, this guy's really got dedicated followers.
Hmm.
And like as soon as he pulled up, everyone's like, trying to get in. I'm like, this is chaos. Like, how is anybody they had like set models there for us, but I'm like, how is anybody supposed to get shots?
Yeah, if it's that many people, right?
And that's sometimes I shoot and I'm like, I'm not even gonna post these because sometimes I'll scroll through and I'm like, did I take that shot? No, never mind. Somebody might have took it from the same angle. I'm just like, forget it.
Man, just put your work out there.
I know, but it's like, it's because we all follow the same people. So I'll be scrolling and like see 3-4 accounts. I'm like, man, you know,
It's the
somebody
same
took
thing.
the same thing. I'm just like,
What you do is you wait for the hype to go down, and
which
then
is
you
why
post yours.
I think my editing comes into to play there. Because I could take that same photo and do a whole different editing. And
Right.
it's like, you know, it's just nice.
Timing is key.
Yes.
I think, and environment,
Yeah.
because every single person's different, right? So everyone can take the exact same photo and it'll be completely different.
Yeah.
So, like,
In terms of like settings and lighting and just.
and what you bring to it,
Mm,
like how you see is different from another person. So
you're right.
maybe you can post it at the same time
Right.
because it may not be hitting the same like genre
Yeah.
possibly.
Like you were saying, target audience, innit?
Yeah. Even like when you was in Bermuda recently, when you guys went to the, what's that place on Front Street where you're taking those photos? Because it was like 3 or 4 different photographers there, right? When you was with Yassine, Dion, and
What's that place? The new place?
I don't know the name of the place that you
Oh,
guys
come
went
on.
to.
tourism place.
No, next
I
to
have
Brew.
no idea.
You know where
it
Brew
is.
is?
Yeah.
Next to it, it's like an outdoor.
Oh,
What's it called? Terrace?
Where
Is it called
where
Terrace?
Cheesesteak was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think so.
it's just outside of there.
I can go there.
Right, but I mean, like with that, for example, it was a whole pile of photographers, and each
Right.
one of you came out with something different,
Right.
Yeah.
and a lot of them liked yours over theirs.
Right.
So don't even worry about the timing, because you guys all posted it at the same time when you
Mhm.
think about it.
Yeah.
Because I know I saw all
Yeah, we
of
did
them.
that during summer. Like
Mm.
we had
Okay.
a whole photo shoot and thing.
Nice.
Like
Mm.
Dion posted his own videos and
Right.
Yassine put his own released his own photo shoot from it, and
Mm.
I think Jade's got her own thing coming
Yeah,
from
yeah.
it at some point. I don't know.
Shout out to Yassine, man. That guy, this
That's
full
my
of.
guy.
This photo shoot Friday thing is lit,
It's
yeah.
lit, man.
Every episode I'm tuned in, watch
Yeah.
every single.
You seen the
I'm
recent one? Did he put
Yes,
the
that
bun-
one. That
I was
one's
like,
good.
the way when I saw that, I was like, the message behind that, just like the way you're trying to catch them, like, yeah, the helmet and everything.
everything.
The guy took his whole house.
I think I was literally watching it in between just now, and
the new one?
yes, the reel that they just posted.
Yeah.
So I was watching it, and the one him running for the bus, the bus going across, and then him running up the hill,
Right.
like that is so accurate.
It was
Because it's realistic, and all the people standing against the wall just looking at you run. Like what? Like that's very realistic, and I love that. That was
It was
very
nice,
good.
it was quite cinematic.
Right.
I think.
Yes, very.
I feel like I don't think we see that enough in
No,
Bermuda.
no.
Mhm.
It's like, okay, maybe we get like the cliche. Well, okay, maybe it's cliche, but sometimes it's good as well. But
Right.
like the whole like tourism of
Mhm.
like the ocean and stuff, or whatever.
Mm.
You know what we're.
Because I even tried, because here I can just approach and ask.
Mhm.
And some people are down, some people are not.
I mean, you can in Bermuda too. I feel like you probably got more yeses in Bermuda than you would out here,
But
to an extent. And I say to an extent because women in Bermuda, well, I can't speak for myself.
Right.
But a lot of women be like, nah, my hair is not done. I
Right.
don't have any makeup. I don't
Yeah.
have this. I don't have that.
Mm.
So that would be a reason you would get a no.
Right.
You only need one yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But the thing, like, I think I did about 5 or 6 people when I was back home. And each one of them would said yes. I think I got lucky in that regard. Because I was hitting out, I'm like, well, maybe. But I just went for it, and, you know.
You could do like street, like just walk on the street and be like, yeah, you want to do a shoot?
But I think, I was saying earlier, compared to here, because here you could be good at what you do, but there's loads of photographers here. It's like it's so hard to stand out.
Mhm.
That short 3 weeks I had in Bermuda, I felt like I was popping off for some reason. I did 3 shoots back to back, and I was like, this is what it feels like.
I mean, I wouldn't say this is what it feels like, but I feel like at this point you're like new to the scene in Bermuda.
Right.
If you look at it that way, you're new to the scene. It's like, okay, this guy, he hasn't been here. I haven't done a photo shoot with him. Let's see what he produces. And then obviously your work was good, so people are gonna come back. So the next time you come home, people will be like, yeah, I'll come for you. Or people would be reaching out to you like, hey, when you coming back?
It's a
Can I do
smaller
a shoot?
circle.
Yeah, it's definitely a smaller circle.
Like, at a certain point, I'm surprised if I don't know an artist in Bermuda at this point.
Once you get around the creative people, it's creative circle in Bermuda.
Is it either...
They're just popping out of the woodwork.
I know.
That's what it is
I
for
know
me
you,
right now.
Homie knows who you are, like, we're like, the 6 degrees of, like,
Right.
what is it,
Exactly.
freedom or something like that? Like, if I don't know you, my friend knows you or something.
Like I was having I was lunch with Dion one day, and one of the other photographers that I follow, he came up, and sometimes Dion was like, oh yeah, that's this person. I was like, oh, that's him. Like, you just don't know, right?
You don't know what they look like.
Right. And so you're like, oh, that's cool. You know, just being around those people, you have something, common things that you like.
Yeah.
But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So the shoot I had with the newspapers on fire.
Yeah, that one. Have you seen that?
No.
No.
I don't know if I follow you.
Okay, let me see if I can pull it up and show
I'm gonna
you.
have to tap in once my phone charges up.
That was like
Contact.
that was like a last. So I already had an idea to do a shoot somewhere else, and then
Ooh,
I forget what my original idea was, but I was like, all right, we're gonna shoot here this time with this outfit, all
Should
right?
I just look through these?
Oh, yeah, that's on his page.
This is you? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's on him. So like,
So
this is the one that I was talking about.
One with the
where
fire, that was
they're
it.
all in the same place.
Oh,
And
I saw this. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is hard.
Yeah.
I like this one. The one with the scene.
Yeah, and then she had me up like literally the night before, was like, can we do a shoot with newspapers on fire? And I just so happened to have a stack of newspapers from my grandparents that they just left. And I'm like, yeah, why not? Didn't know. I was like, and the thing is, I've always wanted to try it. I was like, yeah, let's
try
do it.
something on fire or
Like
that
the
in
newspapers
particular?
on fire.
Okay.
It was stressful at first because Hamilton was getting dark, and I'm like, okay, well, I don't have any extra lighting, just my like little key light, but the fire added the extra light, but she kind of had to stay calm
Because she's holding it.
Right. So a
I
couple
would
times.
not
Yeah.
be able to do that. I don't even like reaching into the oven. That's how much I do not like heat. Don't.
No.
You want me to hold fire in front of my face? No way. Props to that
Yeah.
model because she did that.
Those are the ones I like to get. It's just
The creative stuff.
creative ones. What about you? Like, do you draw or do you?
There's not much I don't do. I do fashion.
Mm-hmm.
I paint.
All around creative.
Yeah. I draw, illustrate. I dabble in like video. I'm trying to get better at like visuals, like video content, like
Nice.
short form, and I'm working on some like a movie at some point.
How are you
And-
finding like juggling all of it, or do you just whatever your mood is at the time, you go by that?
Art has sort of consumed me at this point. Like that's all I think about really, or if I'm around that or friends really. So depends what I'm gonna do during the day, I guess. Fashion, and then I draw every single day. Painting is less frequent just because I'm particular about what I want, and it's expensive for what I want to do.
Right.
So I don't know. I just try and make as much as possible.
Mm.
So if I'm in Bermuda, I'm gonna be doing way more photo shoots and video content with like the
Yeah.
homies.
Mm-hmm.
Or if I'm out here, more fashion and whatever.
Mhm.
And I dabble in, I help out like people with music too.
Mm.
But yeah.
I think Bermuda in a way kind of messed me up with photography, because it's like in a good way,
Okay.
Also,
because just the scenery, like you can't beat,
yeah.
Yeah.
you just can't beat
It's
it, like,
unbeatable.
right. And so I come back here after Christmas, I'm like, all right, let me just keep
It's
in the
not the
groove of
same.
shooting. I'm like,
It's not the same.
it's not hitting the same, right?
I live in Bournemouth and there's like a beach, but I
A
don't
beach.
know. I don't, everyone, like when I'm talking to people that aren't from Bermuda, or like some people know, like they
Yeah.
know me now and like they've seen what Bermuda looks like, but
Right.
like it's hard when people talk about beaches that aren't Bermudian.
I know.
It's like you
I'm like, you just
really
don't know.
know.
I
Right.
still haven't seen
There's
a better
rocks on
beach
it.
than
There's rocks on the water.
than Bermuda beaches. Even a black sand beach, like
Mm.
yeah, it's different, but it's not a Bermuda beach.
Mm.
We're like top 3.
Yeah.
Are you surprised that more people haven't heard about Bermuda?
Mm,
Being that it's a British colony, you would think like people know like London or whatever.
I mean, optimally, I would want people to know more, but I'm not really surprised.
Mm.
I laugh at it when people are like, "Oh, Bermuda, like, oh, the triangle." It's like,
Yeah, just go
okay,
with that.
yeah. I depend, like, depends how I'm feeling, what response you'll get back from me if you say that. But I don't know. Bermuda will be more well known in the next 10 years, without a doubt, from all
Most
the people
definitely.
that in this room, the people that we're cool
Mhm.
with, will be known.
Yeah.
So, our time is coming.
And it's not just gonna be for pink sand beaches this time around.
No.
I think it's gonna be more for the locals than it is for the beaches.
Yeah, what we got,
Yeah,
like, up here.
exactly.
Mm.
Because, I mean, even when you think about it, right? Look at Bermuda Tourism Authority. What do they really promote? They don't promote us.
Right.
Yeah, I have a photo shoot idea for them that I'm going to have to execute.
You gonna pitch it?
Some point, yeah.
Mm.
When I get back. I don't know how.
Okay.
It'll,
Something.
you do it.
You gotta do what you're seeing there. Just post a video on Instagram, let it go viral.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
I
but you don't
I
know.
feel like that's when I first heard about him, and I
Yeah.
feel like I saw them reposted or something because it was a poem or something like that, right? The one that
I don't know.
at
I've
Amity
seen-
House. It was like a while
Oh, the
ago.
Black Boy Joy? Or, no, oh.
The one at Amity House.
Oh, yeah. I think that was maybe...
You talking about with the group?
No,
No, it was
no,
just
it's just a
him.
poem, and
It
there's
was
a
a
guy
poem.
sitting by the dock.
Yeah, by
at
Amity
Admiralty
House.
House, like where people...
I can see them here too. The way it, oof.
Yeah,
Just
no,
you know.
it's funny because like some people wouldn't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm.
It's where you can jump off cliffs in Bermuda if you ever come.
I could just picture, like, as soon as I think about that, I just think of people smurfing off, like...
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Off the duck.
I could hear it.
Most
Like,
definitely.
Smurfs.
I don't think I've ever done a Smurf. I've always been
Never.
too
Never,
afraid to.
Never. I like my feet.
I mean, most of the times you have on shoes, but my thing is
Nah, I'm
not
cool.
making it off the duck.
Yeah, no, I'm cool on
'Cause-
that.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I do other dives, but I'm not trying to, like...
But I'm seeing you do a Smurf.
No, not me. Probably my cousin.
No?
Not me, no.
Oh, it's the swan dive. That's
Right.
what it was. Of
I
from
do
camp.
other dives. It's just like the whole dragging your feet thing.
Yeah. It's just like I'm trying to keep my toenails, you know?
Keep your toenails and keep your face.
Yeah.
'Cause
I'm
I
good
think-
on that.
I would want to do like backflips and stuff.
Hmm.
Actually, they say a backflip is easier than a front flip off a cliff.
Yeah. I'll get there.
Yeah, I think so. Because you're not looking forward.
Yeah. And
Where,
you can,
no,
you
you're
can, you can
looking,
see
but you
you
can
see the water
where you're
before you
landing.
before you land, so you can kind of rotate your body to.
That too.
With front flip, you just gotta like.
You just gotta hope you land properly.
Yeah.
You gotta hope.
You're just like,
No many
Yeah.
people do belly busters trying to do front flips. Ooh,
Jeez.
I'm not trying to do
I
that
could
from a
feel
cliff.
that.
Not from a cliff. No, thank you.
I'm good on that.
Do you do cliff jumping and stuff?
Yeah, of course. I'm Bermudian.
Yeah.
But
what Bermudian really doesn't.
okay, I know
I mean,
people that
I will
don't. My
admit-
mom does.
I will
but
admit, I have never jumped off a cannon, all those high things.
Okay,
from,
but what about
from Amity House? I've never done any.
not
of
one
this.
cliff? Not on the other side near peak and all that.
That's different. But
What's the one with that little rock on top? Is that cannon?
That's Cannonball. The Cannonball is.
Okay.
You're talking about the one where when you come down the hill, that one?
Right, straight down the
Yeah,
hill, straight
I have
ahead.
never
That's
jumped over
Cannon,
that.
and then Cannonball.
I'm too like, I'm not afraid of heights,
Mhm.
but I'm afraid of jumping. If that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I get it.
You
get it.
could put me in the sky. I will try skydiving. I will try everything, but I will not jump off that cliff.
Okay.
That's just I don't know. It's just
You
if
should-
someone
you should
pushes
try.
me, it's different.
You're just
But
afraid
I
of the
over-
landing.
No, I just overthink it.
You should just try it once.
Yeah, okay.
I agree. I should.
Cause that's
But I
sort
think
of my
now.
mom.
But I also think
We
I've
got it,
passed
I got
the
it.
age of just doing it.
No way.
I overthink it too much now. My
There's
profession.
really no.
I know too many things that can go wrong now. That's the issue. Because I'm
Fair
an
enough.
EMT,
Yeah,
so I see that stuff.
Well,
so
whatever-
for me, it's
Right.
like
Whatever
nah,
kit you have, just dive off with it.
Throw that. Just
No.
throw the life little thing. Try and land in it.
No, I
You'll
think
be
that's
safe.
yeah. But I would try almost everything. But I think now it's more of the overthought,
Mm.
thinking over it too much. But
Fair enough.
yeah. I mean,
I like just adrenaline.
I need to start making connections with people who got boats. I'm surprised, like being from Bermuda, I don't know anybody who has a boat. You know?
'cause- see, the thing is, right? We were teenagers. I'm not sure how old you were. We're roughly the same age, but we were teenagers, so you have to know people whose parents have boats.
Right.
Mm.
And even now, it's still the same thing,
Mhm.
unless someone's making decent money to go and buy a
Right.
boat.
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
maybe in another 10 years, I'll have my boat. So 10 years, come check me for 10 years. We'll be set. But as of
There's
right now,
decent rentals now. There's like this company. I think by Spanish Point, they do like it's like the new yacht club type
oh,
thing.
that's not Spanish Point. That's
Pontoons?
Daniel's Head or something. I don't remember. I'm
it's
bad with.
Is it
the
after Spanish Point or?
it was Carolina Bay.
Yeah.
Uh.
Yeah.
I mean, those
But-
prices aren't bad.
No, they're not bad, and you get like, you get boats like
Mhm.
allotted to you for.
Yeah,
I mean,
It's like
like
a-
it's
it's a subscription based program.
yeah, it's quite. I think it's pretty cool to be
Decent
honest.
boats?
Yeah,
They're
the boats
big,
are nice.
You could get big boats
Mm.
Yeah.
and like a whaler or like the decent sized boats,
Mhm.
good enough for a raft. It's cool.
But then the times that you want to use them, they most likely won't be available.
Probably
Like
not.
for
You gotta book it in advance.
like
or-
non-mariners and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, they're probably
It will
gone
not
the
be-
year before.
You gotta know your dates in advance.
I remember I'm sorry, I just had this thought going back to like when I was shooting. I was trying to get this shoot at the hotel, like was it the Lioness? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And they said the only day they had open was the day I left to come back to England. I'm like, I was thinking, I was like, can I push it? Like, do the shoot and then just go straight to the airport? But I was like, nah, it's too much.
What type
Anyway.
of shoot were you trying to do?
I was trying to do like an elegant modern type vibe.
Okay.
With someone like in a dress outfit, and then get the sunset in the back. And I had like borrowed a lens from somebody, so I was like, I already knew. I had the shot in my head. I was like, this is gonna be. Anyway, we'll do it when I go back.
Okay. All right. Anything else for this conversation?
I don't know.
Just thinking, because now we hear the awkward silence. I can't even think of anything right now.
Whose art are you inspired by? Like, do you have like?
That could be a podcast in itself, but I'll give you
True.
like.
I was like, who was on the episode?
We got hella episodes on the way. Okay, I would have to start with Basquiat. Keith
He's a
Haring.
painter, right?
Yeah, Jean-Michel Basquiat. Keith Haring, like my bag sort of resembles Keith Haring's work. Andy Warhol. Mark Rothko. Julian Opie.
Let's goes on then.
Yeah, yeah. I could break it down into categories of like
Right.
Picasso, Degas, like,
Mm.
and yeah. I could go painters, musicians, like sculptors.
What
Yeah.
part of the island are you from?
Devil's Hole.
That was so.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
right next to me.
Where you
I'm at
from?
Harrison Sound.
Oh, where?
Yeah.
Got you.
It was right on this song too.
Yeah.
Good.
It's like just a little nip. Do you know Makeem?
Mm-mm.
Okay, because he lives around there.
I
shouldn't
feel like
be
I should.
saying this in a
I feel like I should know people and Bermuda let me. It's just
But I mean, but
But I've always been a-
though, because you went to school away. for
right.
most
I've
of the
always been
time,
back and
so-
forth away.
You
Yeah.
gotta get Makeem on here.
Makeem.
Makeem Bartley.
Okay. Send me his
Very,
Instagram profile.
very, yeah.
What does he do?
He does a lot, but I guess I got to know him from his music
Mm-hmm.
and like he does photography and art.
Mm.
He works with nobody
That's
as well.
That's one of the
So,
hardest questions I've been trying to answer. You know, when
Mhm.
somebody says, "So what do you do?" You're just like, "Well, which part of me do you want?" Right?
True say. True say.
Yeah. Because then I think you say like, "Yeah, well, yeah, I'm a creative," and a lot of people just roll their eyes like, "Oh, okay, here we go," but I'm like, no, like
mhm.
you do a bunch of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Depends who you talk to.
Mm.
Like I don't know.
It's weird.
It
Sometimes
depends.
I say something like I say, "Oh yeah, I do this," depending on like if I'm doing it at that time. But I feel like a lot of times I can't say that one thing without not mentioning.
Something
It's
Yeah,
like
right.
it's like a resume. When people ask that, like if you're doing a resume, you have your base one, and then you have the ones that you send out that you like tailored.
Mm.
So it's like if you're talking to someone that's like a photographer, you may say, "I do photography" or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it is a like interesting question because it's like, what am I supposed to say?
Right.
Like everything.
Mm.
And it
Just
also,
start
I feel like it
listening.
also comes down to the people that's asking the questions
Yeah.
and where they're asking the questions.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, like especially who, because it's like
Are they really trying to hear what you have to say?
yeah.
Well, they
It
just
depends.
asking
You
the
just gotta
question.
gauge like
Yeah.
who they are. Like, are they an art collector? Maybe you want to say something a little
Mhm.
more like, or they, I don't know, they
Mm.
do trading or
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
Mm. In terms of photography, like what do you like shooting? You say you're more into video, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm a photographer
Okay.
because I respect
just dabble in it.
photography,
Mm.
but people. I like to just shoot people,
Mm. Everybody says
Um,
that, but I don't know what it is. Like portraits are just
but
I
not but like candid. Like I like to like
Okay.
surprise people.
right.
Like I'd just be like, like get you like I don't
Yeah.
want you to know
Yeah.
like
To
that
be
you're
prepared.
like, or
Mm.
that's what I'm most interested in like, or that's what I do the most often.
Right. There's this one guy when I used to go to meetups. He was known as this guy that was just they call him drag shutter for some reason. So like the thing with the shutter on the button, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And he would literally just go up to random people and just, when they're not looking, go shh, and would drag as he's shooting, so like the picture would be like a blur. But like the way he does it now, it's just like, I don't know, he's mastered it where he got like the angle. He's like, all right, I'm gonna start from here, and it's just like, what?
So do you shoot digitally then?
Yeah,
Primarily?
Or
do you do any film?
No, I haven't done any film. I think when it comes to film, I want to have it like laid out perfect before I do anything.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I always try to do it like, because my ideas are my own, and I'm so like in control of like my creative process. It's hard for me to be able to tell somebody that vision, not because they won't understand it, but sometimes I feel like they could take it and run it with it. You know, it's just, that's why I think I stuck with photography, because it's quick. I can just take it, see what I like, and then move on and go to the next one.
Yeah. I get that.
Because with film is when you have like the red room or something like that, right?
Yeah.
In the water and
Yeah, it's just
A lot more planning goes into it.
yeah.
depends.
I do want to get into
Like,
it.
I don't really plan. I like to just, I guess just, I'm like, I guess I would say I'm an impulsive person. I like to like just like go. So like I'll just like
Yeah.
I'll plan certain things and maybe I'll use the film medium, but it doesn't have to be.
Right.
It's just like, if you do that, then you run the you either run the risk of like getting a bunch of bad shots or wasting money because it costs a lot. You can't just put a new sim in and you know, SD card in.
So you have a film camera?
Yeah.
What do you shoot on?
I don't even know. It was a gift. It was a gift.
Like, let me just
It was a gift. Thank you for that gift.
Do you know the brand at least?
No,
It's like, alright, if it's got a lens, just shoot.
I'll use anything, like anything I got.
Right.
Anything that like
It's got a camera, yeah.
Like as far as like my art is like, nothing will stop me from doing art. So it's like, if this is all I got, I would make a sculpture out of this or something.
Right.
So
Okay.
I don't know. It's not super planned.
Sometimes that's a good way to go there. I've been to shoots where I'm like, I don't even. It's kind of like today. I just came to London. I was like, I don't have anybody to shoot,
Yeah.
but I'm just gonna.
It depends like who you are.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that just works because, like, I'm trying to get better at planning and organization because it's important, and like I'm an adult now apparently, so it's like, you know, I gotta plan. But if you're already like an organized type person, then
I'm far from that.
we're just like, I don't know.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Just go
Yeah, I
with
get
what-
that though. Sometimes
who
you just
you
have to, you either have to have your structure or you just have to don't have any structure.
And that is your structure.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like for me, I have too much structure because I overthink things sometimes. So for me, something that I need to do is just like what he said, go on the street and ask people, like, can I take your photo? But instead of that, ask them questions for content, for
Why do you
Instagram
think
and for
you
YouTube.
overthink? Do you just care too much?
Yes, and it's more of just outside of my comfort zone. It's not something I'm comfortable doing, and also feeling like I'm not well equipped because like what I envision is having someone else doing the video and me just going and doing it, so I don't have to worry about, okay, do you mind if I film you? Nah, it's already recorded.
Yeah.
Type
Right.
thing. It eliminates a few questions to get the yes,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. The way that I would like to do it, but I just need
It's
to
part
start
of the
doing
process though, because then once you get all that, you get a better like understanding.
it.
Because then, like you set up all this stuff, I'm assuming, or like you a part of it, right?
Right.
So then, like now, once you're hiring someone to do your like setups, you've got like a Jamie, like, you know, in the Joe Rogan podcast, like that guy, to like look up stuff for you or whatever. Then you have like an insight onto like how to like work it, or
Right.
just like, I don't know. It helps to know.
Yeah, most definitely. Alright, so let's close this one up. We're gonna close with How did you hear about the Black Excellence Club?
Because I'm black.
Because I'm black, this guy.
Well, social media, Instagram specifically.
Okay.
I follow, I don't actually know him, but MFB.
Okay. Yeah.
And then
Aaron.
There's just a lot of people that I think you've had on that
Mhm.
I've just known about,
Okay.
and I'm just interested in anyone creating, so
Okay.
interested to see
Goes back to
what you
networking.
got going on.
Yeah, most definitely. And what about you? How did you hear about it?
You.
Okay. At least I'm putting myself out there, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Definitely.
yeah.
And unfortunately, I had like I had like another person from Bournemouth that like was supposed to come up with us, but
Okay.
I think he was busy or something. But people know about you, like
Okay.
like already.
Appreciate that, man. It's nice to hear that because you don't really see it all the time, you know?
Yeah, it's good to hear that.
Yeah.
What I like about getting with creatives in Bermuda is like it's almost like they're hidden in the woodworks, right? Like what you were saying, like what he was saying about the people he's just seeing, like a lot of the people that he hangs with, and they're all creatives, so they all like put it up on their story or whatever. That's how you just hear about it. So like I think what you did with the networking side, like making sure, okay, this person a bit big in Bermuda, this person's a bit big, and so you just carry on like a ripple effect.
When I entered, you're talking about like your 10 viewers and like your solid thing. I think that's like something that's important, because like if you have like, I'd much rather have like 100 followers that like everything and comment on every single
most
thing.
Definitely.
Because then you want loyal people, like supporters.
Yeah.
So it's like
I think
create content
to
for
go
the
on
people
that.
are
So
with you
basically, when I started the Black Excellence Club, like the Instagram page, I was doing it like, okay, let me grow the page so I can make money from it.
Yeah.
And that's what I was
remember
noticing.
that.
So I was promoting it. It's like, okay, I got my likes now, but okay, let me stop doing promotion. And
Likes
there's nothing
don't
there.
matter.
Exactly.
Likes and
So it's like when you're trying to promote something in particular, it doesn't even have to be a product. It can be a service, or just click this link, like clickable links, and that's where you really see who your real audience is, because half the time it's fake people. So so
those
literally
Instagram bots
they're
ham.
crazy, man.
They really love my posts. Like every single story is just like, oh, I got a heart. Oh, okay. Never mind.
Most definitely. Like I think I noticed. Oh man, I just literally just lost my train of thought. I noticed it's like different certain hashtags get the spam, like the spam accounts and stuff like that. So what I also did.
Hashtags then.
Pardon?
Do you use hashtags?
Yeah, I do.
Gotcha.
But
Do you?
what I'm noticing is when you use hashtags with like less than 1 million uses, you get less spam.
I heard, like,
Spam.
I know some people
Makes
do
sense.
like all the big hashtags, but they say you shouldn't do that. Like you should mix
You
it.
want
Just
to-
get niche. Well,
Yeah.
I assume I don't use hashtags, but I sort
Okay.
of understand it. It would make sense that you'd probably want like niche ones, because
You
you
should
get
try
people
new
that are more.
hashtags and see what happens.
It's
I
just
think
my
that-
personal preference.
I feel like it makes or breaks.
aesthetics,
Okay.
and I don't like.
I feel like it makes or breaks a post.
What
It
hashtags?
works
Right.
for people. Some people like work the comments, like they'll either put it in the comments or they'll like do like separate, like make a big
Make it
comment
separate.
section, and then
Yeah.
like they'll put like dot 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 and then have it so it's like
Oh, yeah,
hidden,
that-
'cause it'll be
Mm.
the read
Dot dot
more.
dot. I hate this. I'm like, why? Like just put it where people can see.
Yeah. No, but it doesn't matter that the people that are already scrolling see it, because the people on the hashtag see it from the like their little follower, like
Yeah,
their
they
thing,
follow.
so
If you follow the hashtag, it'll pop up when you're.
I think it sort of works well if you're going to. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't know. It's my personal preference. So
not to use them. Yeah, I think
it
that's
didn't work for me, so
okay. Have you tried using them now, even though you haven't been using them for a while?
no, I'm not going to.
Okay. But your page is pretty decent size, right? Like I can't remember.
Not really.
No?
It's got like It's actually on $7.99. So
Okay, so almost.
8.
yeah,
800.
800. So not
Okay.
it's not
It's getting
really,
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that reminds me of something.
My
so-
goals are like up higher, so
Yeah.
Mm.
but still I'm proud
you're
of where it's
getting-
gotten.
But I feel like,
And
are
it's
you getting an
solid.
audience that's very interactive though?
Yeah.
And that's what
And-
you want though.
Interactive and like all over the world. Because like I don't want it just to be like anywhere really.
Mm.
So I'm like I want all of Bermuda should know like of
Right.
the account at some point, and then like London, Paris, everywhere.
Mm.
Most definitely.
Just trying to touch the world.
Yeah, because one thing that I had to do is when I started posting on the page again is go and remove all the fake people.
Mm-hmm.
So I had like
So
1,200
tedious.
followers. I had like 1,200 followers, and I went down to like 200. And that's how
what
many.
yeah.
Like, it's not necessarily just fake people, just people that aren't
even talk-
active on Instagram that haven't interacted with any posts. Like, okay.
Yeah, that's the thing. Though.
And then I only kept the people that I knew,
Mm.
and I'm growing it from there. So now, even now, when a fake account follows, like, remove
It does-
follower.
Yeah, right away.
doesn't
Remove,
matter.
Yeah.
remove, remove.
And you guys
Yes.
getting those fake bot accounts like every 2 or 3 days to say this person followed you.
No, I get
I'm like-
followers like all the time, and it really doesn't phase me because I'll see it'll go up and down. Like if
Right.
you check
Mm.
your if you have, do you have a business account?
Yeah, so you
get
can
to
see the
inside.
analytics of like who follows and unfollows. That's
It's-
fine, but it's more so keeping away the fake accounts and keeping the real ones, because the way Instagram works, it shows it to people. If people interact with it, then they'll share it to more people. But if it's showing it to a fake account, you're not gonna get any interaction. Therefore, it's not gonna
Yeah.
show it to anyone else.
Mhm.
Also, in,
So
like,
that
the
was my
first
reason
couple
for
minutes,
removing them. That too,
like,
yeah.
I do this like I have a little strategy. I won't say
Okay.
it, but I'll
Alright.
talk to you later.
You have a strategy. All right. Well, this is it for this impromptu episode. I appreciate you, Nathaniel and Kalan, for helping me use up the studio time.
Thank you
And
No worries.
yeah,
for doing this.
yeah, man.
Appreciate
All
it.
right. That is another episode of the Black Excellence Club podcast, and